Okay, well, creating jobs is great, but we also need to create jobs that actually pay a solid wage, and that has been a real problem. Median household income has remained relatively stagnant for the past decade, and real wages are declining as prices rise. So, how do we create good jobs and get your paycheck up? Well, let's bring in Harley Lippman, CEO and founder of Genesis10. That's an IT consulting and staffing firm, and I'm going to attack this segment from a slightly different perspective, Harley, because you're doing some great things here. You're creating jobs here in the United States as opposed to sending them to other countries where it might be, in the past, have been cheaper. So even though you might be an employee, your wages aren't going up, well, at least you've got a job here. It's not going to China because they're becoming uncompetitive.
Exactly. I think a lot of companies are recognizing that the attraction is to do jobs here because it will be able to minimize their risk. There's a lot of concentration overseas, particularly in India, which historically has been the epicenter of all the IT jobs that have gone offshore.
So how much do you think this is going to start creating jobs back here in America? We see companies all the time onshoring as opposed to outsourcing.
Well, more and more and more they're bringing jobs back here. They are aware, if they're able to quantify all the hidden costs, all the indirect costs, and they're able to see that it's actually more competitive to have people work here in the United States. And in terms of cost, when you analyze all that, you really will see that it's actually about the same or even slightly cheaper to do it here now.
Isn't that kind of, I mean, it's good that we're creating jobs, Harley, but isn't that kind of sad in the United States that we're saying it's cheaper to do business all in Detroit than it is in Mumbai?
Well, I think that we want America to have a competitive advantage. If you have the technology work being done here, you're going to get all the cool, nifty, sexy technology impact of that, and that's going to help keep our advantage. But I think that if you look at it purely from a value perspective, when you look at it in terms of innovation, this country has it now. It used to be offshore, may have made sense 10, 15 years ago when you could get it at a very low cost. But today, with the world being more flat and hundreds of millions of people emerge in the middle class in China and India, this is the place to do it.
Okay, that's good, great, but to Brian's point, at what stage do we start to see wage gains here in the United States? More money in our pockets?
Well, it's happening now. Companies are being able to shift jobs from higher cost cities to lower cost centers in the United States where there's a lot of talent. So more and more jobs are being created here. We know the example of General Motors, among others, and it's going to help the economy. So this is a very favorable outcome.
Got it. Thank you very much for joining us today, Harley, and thanks for bringing these jobs back here.
Okay, thank you.